friends, your girl Brittanee here, and I just want to let you know, do not let the summer start giving you the blues because school is out and it is hotter than Hades outside. Let's kick things off with a new tutorial that I was inspired by this super cute manicure type box kit. Yeah, totally in love with it, and I hope you are too. So if you want to see how this is made, make sure you stay tuned. Okay, so starting out, I have two pieces. These both measure at 9 by 9, and you're going to do the exact same thing to both of them. We are going to go, well, I'm going to go ahead and fold on and burnish our score lines. And then after that, we're going to cut up and create our tabs to create the box. Now, for one, you will go ahead and create your box. For the other one, you want to hold off for a second, but let me go ahead. I'm going to cut my tabs and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. All right, so this is where I'm going to go ahead and stop. You are going to have a pocket that measures out to be 2 3/4 by 6.5, and then on 3 sides, starting on your long side, you're going to score it at 1/4 and then 3/4, rotate, and then you're going to repeat that, rotate and repeat. Toss that to the side for a second, and what we're going to do is, when you guys see me do this plenty of times, but I'm going to remove these little squares and rectangles here in the corner that you see. But of course, I'm going to do this one at an angle. I'm going to do kind of like a deeper little V section. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold on my score lines. So I'm going to fold away from me, and then on that 1/4 inch fold, I'm going to fold it towards me. And then again, away from me and then towards me. And if you want to see it in layman's terms, we're going to go mountain, valley. All right. So now this is what we have. I don't want it to overlap on this tab here, so I'm actually going to cut this to be a bit deeper. I want to make sure that doesn't overlap. There we go. So you want to make sure you get it like that, not overlapping your tabs here. So now we're going to take our box back, and you're going to want to do, you're going to want to mat the back of this before you lay this down. But my suggestion is laying your pocket down, because this pocket is going to be inside of the box. If you already form your box and then you try to lay it down, it's going to be harder to smooth it out. So you want to make sure you do this step first and then go ahead and form your box. So for your inside pocket, make sure you adhere it on first before you actually form your box. And then of course, make sure you mat your pieces, or at least mat your base here, the back part, before you lay down your pocket. All right, so now that I have my inside matted, I went ahead and I matted my sides as well, because I'm actually going to do my tabs on the outside, and I'll explain why here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and apply my glue onto those 1/4 inch tabs and then lay down my pocket. All right. So now that I have that, I have my little inside pocket here. Now I am going to glue on my tabs. Now the reason why I'm going on the outside, you guys see me do this before. I have my reasons where I go inside or outside. I do want to have it to have a more cleaner look, and I will be matting the outside as well. And I just think sometimes, depending on what you're making when it comes to boxes, it just, I don't know. I mean, to each their own. You can do it however you want, but I'm going to go ahead and glue my tabs on the outside. All right, so now I have this box fully formed. I accidentally matted this side, which I did not want to do, but I got a little mat happy and didn't realize what I was doing. So I peeled some of it off, which it does kind of weaken the paper a little bit, but it's okay. There's a reason why I didn't want this side matted on yet. again, I'll show you further or later on once we get through the tutorial. But I wanted to show you that I did make an oopsie. You know, I am not perfect, but I just edit those imperfections out because otherwise it'll make the video a lot longer than my pensions would want me to have it. So now that I have this one completed, I'm going to go ahead and put together that other 9x9 box, and that one's just going to be regular. We don't have a special pocket on the inside, so go ahead and do up your box, mat your pieces on the inside if you'd like, except for the one side. So this side, I have it on the left that I didn't mat. On my other box, I'm going to have it on the right side that I don't mat, and I'll show you that when I come back. All right, so now I have both my boxes, and like I said, my oopsie side, but my right side of my left box. So the right side is blank and then this side I didn't put anything here, and I also didn't put anything on the base. You really won't see it. I mean, if you want to go ahead and cover that up, go right ahead. Otherwise you don't have to. Or if you're not covering things up at all, I mean, I don't know about your life, but I didn't do the left side, and I also didn't do the base. So these are going to be connected together like this, and in order to do that we need our hinge, and I have my hinge here which measures out to be 2 by 4.5, and then on my 2-inch side I scored it down the middle at 1, and I'm going to go ahead and burnish my score line. I'm going to cut little notches from here as well. And then the reason why I did at 4.5 instead of the height of 5 inches is that when you cover it up with a cardstock, it will be less visible of seeing that there is a hinge there. So that's why I did that. So I'm gonna go ahead with it closed. I'm gonna add my adhesive. I'm just gonna go ahead and add it on both sides. Now I'm gonna take my boxes and I'm gonna make sure that I have them as perfectly lined up as possible, and then I am going to fold my piece, my hinge on there. So now we have that going on for us so far. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so now we're gonna take our next pocket, and this is what I call the box pocket. I like to give names so then when you guys look in the description box, you know exactly at what piece I am talking about. And this piece measures 2.5 by 6, and you're gonna score it at 1/2 inch on 3 sides. So starting on your long side, your 6-inch side, half, rotate, half, rotate, half. All right. And then we are going to go ahead and cut out our little squares, but of course I'm going to cut it at an angle. So now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and burnish my score lines. So now I'm going to grab the box back, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flaps, and I'm not going to put them on the inside. I'm actually going to put them on the outside. So then that way it helps hold, first of all, hold the box shape better. And secondly, I always say I like to have a nice cohesive look as possible if I can. And so doing it like this, I still have to mat my inside pieces, and I'm matting the base pieces of the box as well. So if I am putting it on the outside, when I mat it, you won't see it, so it looks like it's just one continuous piece. Like, I always do my best to make everything look very cohesive, like it's just one piece just flowing along, like it's something that you did buy in the store of some sort. So that's the whole reason why I do that. Again, you can do whatever makes you comfortable, but this is just my suggestion, and this is also what I will be doing. I'm also going to mat the front piece of my pocket and then go ahead and apply my other pieces here as well. All right, my friends, so this is what we got going on so far. So we have our little inside pocket going on here, and then we have our outside. Now if you want to create a divider in here, you sure can do that, but we have our inside pocket, and you're probably wondering like, why we have an inside pocket. Well, to each their own. you can go ahead and make this tutorial your own at the end of the day. So if you want to do 2 outside pockets like this one, how this is, or if you want to do like 2 of the inside pockets, because relatively after you put things in this pocket, you can still lay goodies and stuff on the top of it there and have it closed up, bada bing bada boom, and you can go on about your merry way. So that's just all that is. So you have just your fun little thing here. And then now we're gonna work on our outside. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and mat my back piece, my top piece, my front, and my bottom. I'm not going to do the actual face portions on the front and back yet, and I will show you why here soon. But I'm gonna go ahead and mat the other pieces, and then we're gonna work on the handle. All right, friends, so this is what I got so far. She is coming together quite nicely, I might say. And so this is what we've got. So we're gonna work on our handle, and our handle measures 1 by 6, and you're going to score it at 1/2 inch on both ends. I'm gonna take my little curling tool here. Remember in that one video I said, hey, I have this tool, but I don't know where it was. I didn't know where it was at the moment. I was too lazy to look for it. Well, guess what? I finally found it, obviously. And I am just curling out my handle to give it that nice curl. And I'm going to fold up on my score lines. All right, so now we're gonna work on our handle. We are going to relatively create a latch to keep this closed. So depending on where you're going to attach your latch, this really depends on if you're a left-handed or a right-handed person. I personally am going to have it where my latch opens from the right, and so it'll open up like a book. So because of that, I'm going to put my handle on the back side. So it's all up to you on how you want to do it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my adhesive, and I'm going to have my 1/2 inch tab here line up on the edge where my matting piece is, and then have that other 1/2 inch tab do the same thing on the other side. All right, so now we have our handle, and then we are going to work on the latch. So that's why I did not mat my faces yet, because I'm going to have one portion of my latch go on the back, but I want it to be underneath the pattern paper. And then I think I'm gonna do a shaker front. So that's why I was like, I'm not gonna mat the front part yet, because I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do, but I know for sure that I wanted to make sure that my piece is put underneath my matting piece. So the latch here measures 2 by 6, and then on one end we're gonna score it at 1/2 inch. And I'm gonna use my little Suitcase curling tool here just to break up those fibers and the paper to make it a lot easier and amendable. All right, so I'm gonna take that 1/2 inch piece, or 1/2 inch side, and then on the part where I have put my handle, I'm going to go ahead and line my latch up kind of towards the edge here. With that, I'm gonna add my hot glue, and then when it comes around, it'll come around like so. You can score it so it'll have like a sharper edge. I want mine to kind of curl a little bit, so which is why I didn't do an additional score. But however, whatever tickles your fancy. I mean, you don't even have to do a paper closure. If you have like the actual tool mechanisms to do a latch on the side there, that would be super awesome. I know what is it, Tim Holtz, or just you know, I even have a latch closing piece. Why didn't I think of that? Ugh, golly gee willikers, Batman. Well, that's okay, it's all good, it's still gonna be cute. And so I'm going to finish matting my back piece, then I'm going to create my shaker front, so then we can go ahead and close this bad boy up. All right, so now that I have things shaken and not stirred, I am now going to go ahead and apply my closure, my latch closure. So I'm going to use my little handy dandy Velcro dots that I get from the Dollar Tree. And these things are tricky. I always like to add hot glue on. Even though there is an adhesive backing, I still like to add my hot glue on, because when you go to lift to make sure that everything's sticking, it's not necessarily sticking. There. So I'm going to go ahead and round these little parts here. Look at this, is so cute. I used the ephemera pieces from the collection and an acrylic piece as well. I got one kind of stuck up in there. Come on. Obviously, this one understood the mission, but this is what we have going on. I'm going to get her decorated. We have our cute little handle. So again, I don't know, this is like my cosmetic box 2.0, or it can be a suitcase. My inspiration was a manicure box set that I saw on Pinterest, and I was like, bro, it's on. And so that was my inspiration from it. So I mean, if you want to call it a suitcase, if you wanted to call it my cosmetic box 2.0, because I remember I did make a cosmetic caboodle for my Britmas last year. So that's why I was thinking, like, oh, my cosmetic box 2.0, or it can be a suitcase, or I don't know. I just hope you guys like it and that you'll make it and you'll share it and you tag me and I can be oohs and ahs all over it. So yeah, that is the tutorial today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. It really does help with analytics to have the video and my channel seen a lot more. And make sure, if you are not already a subscriber to my channel, we have so much fun here, and filled with a whole bunch of antics, puns, and all sorts of other fun stuff. So until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.